All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a interview with one of my clients. If you stay until after this interview, I'm going to walk you guys exactly through the strategy that's brought him to make millions of dollars as a fitness coach. So stay until the end after the interview, and you're going to see the entire strategy. So I'm here with Mr. Paul Anthony. Paul, how long have we been working together, and what has been your biggest month so far?
Oh, we've been working together for about 2 years, I think, something like that. Yeah, over 2 years.
Yeah.
My biggest month, I've had a couple very close together. I've had a 64,000 and a 62,000 month in January, so that's pretty awesome.
And where were you kind of before we started working together? Where were you, in your business, financially, etc.?
I was still doing pretty good. I've always been a great trainer making money, but this is, these months are some of my biggest, right? So, and I was always good on SEO and Google and stuff, but now we're starting to dominate Facebook and Instagram. That's where we're getting a lot of our leads as well. So that's where everything's going right now is Instagram and Facebook marketing is really big right now.
Yeah. Is that the best way that you felt that I was been able to help so far, like with Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's where everyone's at. Everyone's online. Everyone's online on social media. So that's really the best place to market and send spend most of your marketing dollars.
Yeah. And what advice would you have for, let's say, trainers who are starting out, younger guys who are starting their business in the fitness coaching space, just in general, in terms of scaling their business, ads, all that sort of stuff? I know you were telling me before about like the perception of ads.
Well, a lot of people have tried ads, but they don't really know what they're doing. This guy is a master at ads, and he also does the nurturing to get them in, nurturing, and he's like a pit bull. He just goes after them. He goes after them and actually gets them in, and he also does the booking as well, into Calendly as well. So everything's like done for you up front. So all you gotta do is just sell them.
And what surprised you, Paul, most about kind of the process that we've been doing together and how we've been working together? What surprised you the most?
Surprise? I don't know if it's a surprise, but really and truly, you always, Ashton's always reinventing yourself. So sometimes, there's different formulas in this. So sometimes this formula's not working, so something could actually have different ads and change things up all the time, right? And sometimes, like that picture you like that's actually brought in the most clients and income.
Yeah.
Just keep on, like emptying the piggy bank on that one, right? So, so you always change, and you're good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always about getting to a point with your ads where you can spend $1 and then guarantee $10 from the return from that, right? So yeah. Well, thank you, Paul, and thanks for doing this.
Another thing. What I was saying is, bad misconception of ads. If people think, I spend money. If I spend money, I don't make anything. It's kind of a waste of money. No. But you actually do a really good job actually in targeting the right market that they're looking for, and it's the best way. If you don't put ads on social media because it's so competitive, the chance of you getting people in is not high. So you have to spend money. You have to put the dollars out to make dollars.
Yeah. And there are so many fitness coaches and people online, like it's such a competitive space. So you have to do different things in order to get different results, right? You can't be doing the same thing that everyone else is doing and just expecting to get outsized returns, right? So,
yeah, you have to be out there. You gotta be loud. Woo! You gotta get out there and actually market. Marketing is loud. All right, so, and that's what you do. All right, so you're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Yes. Thank you so much, Paul.
Yeah. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so now I'm going to walk you guys through actually what me and Paul did together to get him to this point where he was able to make this amount of money in his fitness coaching business. So if you're a fitness coach yourself and you're wanting to scale your business, you're wanting to get to $50,000 a month, and you're wanting to get there through ads, through understanding systems, back ends, and your entire business collectively as a whole, go down and click the link below. You can watch some free training stuff there. I'm going to give you a free resource that you can watch, and you can go and book a call with myself and actually get some hands-on help with actually understanding how to build out your entire business as a whole and scale effectively to $50,000 a month. I scaled my personal fitness coaching business to over $70,000 per month, every single month in pure profit. So we're going to jump into Paul's part right here, and stay tuned. You're going to enjoy it. All right, guys. So now I'm going to walk you guys through the actual individual strategy right here. So when Paul initially came to me, Paul was doing, roughly 15 or so 10, 15, roughly in the range per month. And now, as you can see, he's doing a lot better than that. He's collected millions and millions of dollars. And when I actually went and visited him and filmed that video with him, like an hour before I filmed that, he had a guy walk in from the ads that we actually have been running for him, and they dropped $5,000 on a program with him to, I think it was like a 3-month program, which is the program that he pitched him for $5,000, and he piffed up front with him when he came into his gym. Okay, so you have to understand this stuff is very doable. You're able to sell high ticket. You're able to sell $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 as a coach. You don't have to limit yourself to, oh, I only have to do $250 a month or $300 a month or etc. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you guys through the individual strategy. So the first thing that me and Paul did when Paul initially came to me is Paul had a pretty good organic base already. He had like maybe 50 or 40, 50,000 followers on Instagram. And these followers have just been kind of coming to him organically because he's been in the space for like 20 years. He's kind of a veteran of the game. And I understood like, okay, yeah, he already has a good base, so we can go and run ads. A lot of you guys are going and running ads before you have any sort of organic base. And I'm not saying you have to have a mass amount of followers. I'm not saying you have to have 10,000 followers. I'm just saying you have to have a profile where if someone goes and sees your ad and they click on your profile, it's not going to dissuade them to make the decision. A lot of you guys are running ads, and then someone clicks on your profile before they click on your ad, and they see like 2 followers. There's no clear messaging. There's no clear like, hey, this is what I do and this is why I'm doing it. Testimonials, social proof, stuff like that. That's just so basic that needs to be there before we run ads. Okay. So we had that optimized. And now that we understood that, the next step was just to understand where our traffic was coming from, which is obviously ads, which I'm going to walk you guys through right here. When it comes to marketing on the front end, you have to just realize that all marketing is simply getting impressions and then taking those impressions and bringing them to a next step. Okay, what I mean by this is, let's say we're running ads, let's say we're making content, let's say we're sending cold DMs, sending emails, etc. We're simply just getting impressions on a message, which is an offer, okay, which is a front end offer. Okay, so we're saying, hey, do you want X? An offer is just, do you want something? Okay, I'm offering something to you for something in return. Okay, do you want X? We're getting impressions on that message. Some people will see that message. Let's say 1,000 people see that message. And then let's say 5% of those people move to the next step, give us their contact information. Then from there, once we have their contact information, then we're trying to get them to actually book a time to speak, book a time to chat with Paul to then be closed. So all marketing is starting with a bunch of people. Okay, it's a funnel, starting with a bunch of people, and then having less people at the end. A lot of you guys are trying to convert the exact same amount of people who are on your front end to the final close. It's just not realistic. It's just not how marketing really works. Okay, so we went and started running ads with him. Our front end offer with Paul was simply just giving away a free time to speak. So we just said, hey, we're giving away 10 free fat loss sessions with Paul. If you want one, go down and click the link below. These people went, clicked the link below, gave us their name, phone number, and email. We're not sending these people to a complex funnel with this 5-step low ticket offer, this crazy video with this crazy, let's keep it simple. Let's keep everything super duper simple. Let's simply get their contact information, try to get them into a session. That's all we're trying to do. Okay. So as you can see here with the ads, we've been running ads for a long time with them. We've had several different ad accounts. It's just one ad account. If you know anything about ads, you know that ad accounts get banned and then you have to open up new ones and then you got to play around. It's like we've probably had like 5 or 6 different ad accounts over the past couple of years. But I'm going to show you exactly what the best sort of ads have been. So let me just pull up the actual ads. So this ad right here was one of our top performers. It was a small video of him training someone who's in the kind of ideal outcome that most people want to get to. So the main thing you want to touch on with ads is um, portraying in the creative like the offer and the dream outcome for these people. So the ads that performed the best for us were his ideal client profile, which is like, a middle-aged woman or a middle-aged man who's already at the outcome that most people want to get to, training with the ideal client profile or with the authority figure who's Paul. Okay. And then in our copy, as you can see, all of this copy right here is simply portraying what our offer is in a different angle. So an angle is pretty much a method of portraying an offer. What I mean by that is you have an offer, which is we're giving away 10 free sessions. Okay. I can say that in so many different ways. Okay. I can pre frame that in so many different ways. It's almost like asking a girl out in 10 different ways. Why would you, like in 10 different universes, 10 different ways? Okay. If you do 10 different methods of asking a girl out and you find that one performs a lot better than the other, or two are performing really good than the other eight, then you could just start to do more of that and get better results. Okay, so same thing with Paul. That's the ads that we've had found the best success in. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull up some other ads. We've run a lot of photo ads. We found that photo ads over the years have just performed a lot better in terms of um, just in terms of like having a lower cost per mile. A cost per mile is the amount of money you spend to get 1,000 impressions. With video ads, you're usually going to have a higher cost per mile than photo ads, but with video ads, you'll usually have a better cost or a better quality lead. And video ads can get viral a lot quicker than photo ads, but photo ads are a lot more sustainable. And think about it: if I'm seeing an ad, okay, and I see a video, now you have so many other factors like retention, like, okay, they have to watch the first 10 seconds, they got to get hooked, you got to portray the body, etc. But with a photo ad, it's like at a glance they can see what's going on, they can see the offer, and then they can read through right there at their own pace. They could skip a section, they can kind of take it the way they want to take it. It's a lot more digestible. Okay, so we've just found a lot more success in photo ads, as you can see right here. This ad got 182 leads at like $10. It's very simple. Just lose 30 pounds for free. This ad did exceptionally well. And we've had a lot of other ads. This ad right here did insanely good, of him sitting with an ideal client profile, woman in great shape, that maybe a lot of other women will see and be like, oh, I want to look like her. I want to be this beautiful, blah, whatever. Have this dream of getting there. And then she's sitting with Paul, smiling, happy, jovial, in the setting that would be kind of in relation to what they're doing. So, like, if you're selling chiropractic services, you're not going to be sitting in, a bodybuilding gym. You're going to be in the chiro office, with the ideal client who's experienced the outcome, portraying that. Okay, it's kind of like think about it like a testimonial in a sense in a photo. Okay, this ad did insanely good. This ad, Paul kept calling me. He's like, I keep seeing this ad. Can you take it down? I'm like, I am not taking this ad down because this ad did so freaking good. Like, it's getting us clients. You're getting money every single day back from this ad. So I'm not taking this ad down. He's like, keep seeing it. People keep saying I keep getting spammed with it. I'm like, bro, we're not taking it down. It's making you money. Okay. So we spent tons of money, well into six figures on ads, near seven figures, over the past couple of years, and he's getting a great return on investment. Okay. And then from there, what we're doing for these people. So as you can see, like with these ads right here, all they're doing, okay, if I get fed an ad, okay, let me just click on one of the ads. All I'm doing is just going and getting fed to a form. And this form can be built on Facebook. So you don't have to send them to a landing page. You don't have to overcomplicate your entire process. A lot of you guys are thinking way outside the box. You're trying to reinvent the wheel. Like, it doesn't have to be reinvented. Just send them to a form on Facebook. When you're sending them to a form on Facebook, the cost per lead is a lot lower. it's easier for people to fill the information in, okay? And they kind of just like, it's just easier to get their contact information. When you're sending them to another opt-in or on another page, you have to make sure that it's like adjusted to mobile. You got to make the page really nice, and usually the cost per lead will be a lot higher. Okay, but on Facebook, you could do this all, and you're not sending them to another page, so there's not like the warning external link. You're literally just putting the Facebook form on there. Okay, and then all we're doing is we're asking a couple questions on the form. So as you can see, where are you located? What are your fitness goals? You want to lose fat, gain muscle, compete, get stronger, and what is your gender? Okay. And then we're simply getting their email, their phone number, and their full name. And the funny part is this information of, what are your goals? What is your gender? We don't even import that to our back end for the appointment setters to call and try to nurture. This is just qualification for them to actually put some work in so that it gives a higher intent for them. Okay. If things are super duper easy for people, then they don't value it. So we have to add a little bit of like, for the people who are just like, whatever, so that they can kind of click off if they see some questions. Oh, I actually have to spend a minute, put this in, type this in, etc. Okay. And then we're simply just getting their email, their phone number, and their full name. And we are like the email. It's funny. The email doesn't really even matter because we don't even have an email list with them. Like it doesn't, you don't even really need an email list 99% of the time. Does it help? Sure. Like long term, it definitely will help. But for most people, you really don't need an email list. You just need their phone number. Okay. And their name. Okay. And then once we get their, their email, their phone number, and their name, these people get implemented, get thrown into our Go High level. Okay. So in our Go High level, let me just log in here. So in our Go High level, all of the leads from Facebook just get Zapiered directly into our Go High level. So as you can see right here, okay, we have our opt-in, 1,032 opportunities right here of people who have opted in, okay? And there's constantly people from the ads who have clicked on and saw the offer of we're giving away 10 free sessions, I want to lose weight, and I'm interested in this, and then they click on the ad, okay? And we get their information. From here, what we're doing is we're simply just calling them. We're not overcomplicating it. We're not sending them this massive SMS drop down 3-step drip sequence. It's pointless. Okay. And a lot of the time, those people who go through that, it's less quality leads. The best quality leads you're going to get is people who opt in. You call them as soon as you can. Remember, you'll have a 390% greater chance of selling someone if you call them in less than 1 minute. So that's exactly what we're doing. And then these people, our appointment setters call these people and just simply have a great conversation with them. Okay. We're diving into their goals. We're asking them, why are they interested in losing weight? Why now? Okay. What's going on right now in your current fitness life? Are you not losing weight? Are you doing this? What's going on? And we're just digging a little bit. We're understanding who they are, making them feel heard. Okay. Why do they need help? Why don't they do this by themselves? And then once we kind of get a clear understanding of, where they are, where they're looking to go, and get them to kind of qualify to us of why they need help, then we're simply just, after maybe 7 to 10 minutes of talking with them, saying, hey, all right, cool. So I'll get you booked in for a session. Okay. I'm going to open up the calendar. What does your schedule look like from Monday to Saturday? Okay. Oh yeah, I work 9 to 5. Okay, cool. So I guess after 5 p.m. you're usually free. Yeah. Okay, cool. I have some spots from 6 to 8 p.m. Do you think you're better around 6 or closer to 8? Oh yeah, I'm more free at like 6:30. Okay, cool. I can get you in 6:30 on Thursday. Does that work? Yes. Boom. Just book them in right there. Our appointment setters handle all of this for Paul, and we're booking anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6 meetings per day with this process with him. Okay. The official stats are we're spending $100 per day on ads. From those $100 a day, we'll get 10 leads. And from those 10 leads, we will get, roughly around 5 bookings, like 3 to 5 bookings, right? Like I just said right there. Okay, so we're able to book half of the people in, which is pretty good. I'm going to credit a lot of that to the fact that we have really good appointment setters who do a good job at calling, um, and that we're really quick in responding to leads so that we can get people booked into his calendar. Okay, and then after that, all it is we book them into his calendar. They get sent reminders from the calendar of, hey, your session's coming up, so that it's logically in their mind. And if the appointment setter had a good conversation with them, then it's probably already, they're probably remembering it, they're probably excited for it, they're going to be, anxious a little bit. These are normal emotions. Okay, and then they're going to come in to the session or come to the call, and then Paul is going to close them, and that's all we're doing for him. And it's such a simple process, and a lot of people try to overcomplicate it with a lot of different things, but you don't have to do this crazy massive process. You just have to find a way to serve your offer, okay, with a couple different angles, see what angles are working the best, do more of those angles, and then get their contact information, okay, and then call these people and book them into a calendar, book them for a larger actual sales call, okay, and that's it, okay. And obviously there's nuances to this, like what's the sales script for appointment setting? Can do you have a special method of appointment setting? What are the individual ad sets and what are the individual ads? These are a lot of There's a lot of nuances to this, and I've been doing this process for a really long time with a lot of businesses. And it's an in-depth process, but at the end of the day, simple is all you need. Okay, so your action steps, if you're trying to run something like this, is number one, figure out exactly what your front end offer is. Okay, are you giving away some sessions? I would recommend giving away some free sessions. Just say, hey, I'm giving away 10 free sessions. If you want one to achieve this outcome, go down and click the link. You got to figure out what is the outcome that these people want so that you can say, get these sessions to get X outcome. Okay, is it lose weight? Is it gain muscle? Is it compete? Is it, look better? Is it confidence? Is it hormones? All these sort of things you got to think about. Okay, go get cool creatives of yourself doing these different things. Get someone to take photos of you training an ideal client, yourself, you doing some certain things, you training, you prepping a meal. Just get a bunch of different creatives. Get like 50, okay, and then sort through them. Okay. I just actually, when I was in Calgary, I got a ton of creatives of Paul. I'm just gonna pull it up right here. I got a ton, like a massive amount of different creatives for him. And let me just pull it up. So I got a bunch of like very just like basic creatives of him training clients, him doing a bunch of different things, him posing with clients. As you can see, these are just some of them, but I have like hundreds of them. And we're just going to go and test like pretty much all of them to see like, and it's funny, even the ads that like you think are going to be trash are the ads that perform really good a lot of the times. So we're pretty much just going to go run a lot of these, get those creatives, and then you're just going to make your offer, make your angles, and then just go and run them. Send them to a Facebook form, get their contact information. And if you don't want to use a CRM to collect their information like this with Go High Level, you can just send them to a Google Sheet. Just use Zapier and Zapier the contact information to a Google Sheet. Have all of their stuff, name, phone number, email. Call the people that opt in. Make sure you have a notification so that you could see when people are coming in. As soon as they come in, give them a call, have a conversation with them, and then get them booked in. And this process can be used for anyone, all the big guys in the space. I have friends who are doing like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, like 300, 400, some even doing millions of dollars a month. A lot of these guys, like they're just running a simple process and they're just doing more and more volume. Okay. They found a process that works. If it's organic, if it's ads, whatever, and they've ran that same process that brought them from 0 to 10K per month. They're not doing that, but they're just multiplying the volume by like 100 or 1,000. Okay. And it's just getting them to the next level. So this process brought Paul from like 10 to 20K, 10 to 30K, 30K to 50K, etc. Okay. So it's a simple process, and it's just about keeping it simple, portraying your offer, getting the leads, having good conversations with the leads, and then booking them in for a session. So if you want more detail about actually what the ads entail, how to actually run solid ads, how to build your offer, how to perfect the ad set, all these nuances to ads, because it can be a little bit confusing for the average person who doesn't understand ads and doesn't know how to get into the back end and all that sort of stuff, then go down and you can um, if you leave a comment or shoot me a message on Instagram, then I can walk you guys through some more stuff in detail on exactly some stuff with the ads. But that's pretty much everything, and I hope you guys got value today. And it's a very super casual video, but yeah, thank you for watching.